Hey ePush people! So today we're going to talk about political reforms and people who are major figures, people such as in the progressive era who really impacted the political world by trying to reform the corruption that was happening. So this is by me, Sharon Kim, and Samantha Medina. So Robert La Follette, he was a leader of the progressive movement and he also ran for president on the progressive ticket in 1924. He's widely known to be a major figure of the progressive era and was a huge opponent to the corporate power, like business. He served as a member of the U.S. Representatives and a senator of Wisconsin. And he believed that people of the state should be able to elect their own senator. So in this, he had this thing called the Wisconsin idea or the Wisconsin experiment. And he basically wanted to help promote reforms in labor and worker rights and wanted to deal with big businesses, monopolies, bad trusts, high cost of living, and predatory wealth. The Wisconsin idea was actually supported by the University of Wisconsin. They wanted to have research to be applied to solve problems, improve health, quality of life and environment, and agriculture for all citizens of the state. So we have a video of Robert La Follette. He has a speech on wartime.
America is not made, in the making. It has today to meet an impending crisis, menacing as any in the nation's history. It does not call a sound to arms, but it is nonetheless a call to patriotism and to higher ideals.
Okay, so that was basically him. It was the Wisconsin experiment, which also wanted to embrace income taxes on inheritance, initiative and referendums, and regulated railroads and industry. Okay, so now we're going on to Samuel Golden Rule Jones. He believed in the ethical principles of working conditions, which follows his golden rule. His golden rule was to wanted employees to work hard and be honest. In a while, he introduced profit sharing in his factory because usually in big monopolies and big businesses, usually those business owners, which are called robber barons, they are very dishonest and they give their employees very, very low wages. But in this, he has very high morals, and he wanted to introduce profit sharing in his factory, which is totally the opposite of what usual business owners do. And such ethical values also relate to how poor the working conditions were in the meatpacking industry, and not even in the meatpacking industry, but such as child labor or just places that are just really unsafe. And this also relates back to Upton Sinclair's The Jungle, which he exposes the meatpacking industry. And also, most corporations were very dishonest and only valued profit, which led to many business owners or robber barons to not really take much of a liking to him, but the general public really supported his values, which is a pro. And here is just a picture of what he looked like, so yeah.
So now we're going to talk about Seth Low, and he was born in 1850 and he died in 1916. So he was a New York City leader who served also as the president of Columbia and the president of the University of Columbia. And he really just he was known for his wide-known philanthropy in the mid-1800s. He organized faculties of pure science and philosophy. So he was really big contributing into new sciences and talking about just philosophy and introducing new topics to America. And he was also the chairman of trustees of the Tuskegee Education, which helped African Americans get a good education. So now we have Hiram Johnson, and he was born in 1866 and he died in 1945. So he helped form the Progressive Party, which was like at its peak at this time, like in like the mid 20th century. He was the vice presidential candidate on the ticket with Theodore Roosevelt, and he also did support Roosevelt. He was widely known for being the California governor and attorney in the early 20th century. He was known for securing cases that were against like monopolies and that were corrupt. So he helped secure a conviction of in a bribery case, which occurred with like businesses using bribery to get what they wanted and bribing other businesses to get like power. And they helped put an end. He helped put an end to the Southern Pacific Railroad, which had power over politics. And under his leadership, he influenced many reforms, such as restrictions on child labor, women's suffrage, and working men's compensation.
And so that just sums up everything that happened for political reforms. And thank you for watching.